Hello, Minecrafters. This is Jim Slate here at Cobble Valley. We are now in episode number 7, continuing on to getting started with Rotary Craft. And this is the farm that we made last episode. I'm not running the trees anymore because I got my fill of wood and all kinds of stuff. I got oak saplings. I've got my sugar cane here. I actually pulled the oak saplings out just to make sure that they weren't feeding through and to give me a little more room for this. But what we're going to do in this episode is we're going to turn this sugar cane into ethanol. And so let's get started. So this is where some of it's going to be, and another part of it's going to be up one flight over here. And I'm going to grab some stuff. Might even need that, who knows. Okay. Man, I really need to stop trying to jump off that thing. Okay, one of the things that I have found out in working with these fermenters is depending on where you place them as to the temperature that they'll put off. So if I come up here and place this here and open it up, you can see the temperature bar is really low. If you can make anything, it's going to be really slow. There are ways to heat it up and there are ways to cool it off. However, the problem I have found with it right here, if you use fire, if you use lava, either one to heat it up, it's going to go off the chart. So that doesn't work real well. I wonder. Did you go down here? Yep. This is one other issue that I have found with this. Never had an issue with it before. I keep turning this thing down and it keeps coming back up on its own. So I don't know if it's when I relog or what it is, but it keeps doing it. Anyways, as you saw, it was too cold up there. And I'll show you the other extreme. Is if I put it down here, see, it's off the chart. So, and we might yeah, see, that's not even gonna bring it down. I always forget that Z when I've got that running to go down. Okay, pick that back up. And we'll go back upstairs. And like I said, I found, as far as my situation is concerned, the level that works best for me is right over here. So we'll just plan on putting that right in here. And get this all set up. Now I'll put that there. Now what we're going to run these with are the DC electric motors. These motors, if you hold shift, you can see it has to have 1 kilowatt and 4 Newton meters and a 256 rads a second in order to be able to drive, well, that's what it puts out. And I don't know, I think we can still pull this. Yep. And see, this requires 1.024 kilowatts, or 1024 watts, and 32 rads. So that means that little DC motor will run this. And the good thing about those DC motors is they'll run off of redstone signal. So, well, let me get down here and get the blocks back out of here. So, quite literally, you can just throw a lever on there, and you can see it's not turning right now. You flip that lever, and there you go. Open it up and check it, and you've got full green bars on all three of those. So that means you're pulling enough power. Now I'm gonna need one more switch. Let's see. Ah, there it is. Okay. I'll put that right there. Now, what that's for is this is set up. I always have a hard time remembering which one's which. Let's see. The names escape me, so I'll go get it. Yeast. There. Let's see. Let me get all this stuff straightened out. Now, as you can see, this is kind of my process method. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to end up taking this sugar cane and sending it one floor up to a grinder. And then that will turn the sugar cane into sugar. Then we're going to pipe the sugar back down here to that one. Into this one right here. The sugar will come into the top and we'll have dirt on the bottom, and then that is going to output the yeast, as you can see here. If I turn that off, let's see that one. Okay. See, it's its own yeast, but then you flip the switch and that changes it over to the sludge. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the yeast out of this one, send it up to the one, or up to this one, and we'll throw in oak saplings, which again will come from down here, and that in turn will convert that over into sludge, and then we'll take the sludge, smelt it, and that will turn it into ethanol. And so those steps will be taken care of. So let me go ahead and get this set up and see what we can get going. Where is my item conduit? And I'm gonna need that. Where do I want to put that? Let's see. That'll work. Well, actually, if that's going to be there, I'm going to run my line across there. That means it comes out of the top, so I need to dig here. Okay, now those two spots there on either side are where the water is going to be. So I'm just going to just put this little strip there. Just like that, and that'll actually hold the water in there. And I'll place you, that'll work. Accumulator there, water on either side. I goofed up because that actually needs to be up a little higher. Come over here, get those back out of the chest. Okay. Yeah, I did have that wrong. I actually had it on the top of that block, and I want it on the bottom of this block, and then I can take those blocks out. And then that will hold the water. Just like that. Let's see. I am going to have to, yeah, I got to go out the top of that. Okay. Yeah, let's see. I want you to be set on wrench. Okay, set to insert. And now see, on these fluid pipes, this has already got fluid in it. So then whenever I try to put this one on afterwards, it won't connect automatically because I put an empty pipe on a full pipe. And it's just a feature to make sure that you're not hooking up to the wrong pipe. That way you have to manually connect them. Basically, the only ones that will automatically connect are all empties. Yeah, most of the time when you're placing them, you're going to usually end up placing empties, just like that one all the way around. They were all empty. But since as soon as I placed this one, it got water in it, the next one I placed won't connect to it until you just right click on it with a wrench or something that acts as a wrench. So we got water on that, and I've got to go find my item ducts because I know I had them. Just there we go. So I'm going to come over here, and this can get a little interesting, but I want to put one there, and then just tie it into that. And I'll take that one that's at the face and just disable that. Now, the bottom one. Now what I said I wanted to do on this, and we're going to do the in and out, is I'm wanting sugarcane to come, or actually no, sugarcane's up top. I want sugar to come in it, and I want dirt to come in this one. Then I want the yeast to be taken out. Keep this in order. And yeah, I should be able to go ahead and turn that on. So we've got sugar and dirt coming in, and then it's going to pull the yeast out. So then we go to our next one, and on this one I want the yeast to, well, no, I got to switch this first to the in and out. I want the yeast to go in, I want oak saplings to go in, and then on the extraction I want it to take the sludge out. And we can fix that. And that's pretty much it. I'm gonna leave it cut off for now. It'll actually spin down. So that looks like it should have all this done. So now we'll go up and set up this part. Okay, shouldn't need that or that. And you and you and you're special. It's my grinder, my 8-to-1 gear, dynamometer. Really? Let's see. Empty bucket and canola. I had those in my pack where I went and set up my had to get my quarry running and had to set my anchor, feed my anchor upstairs in case I left the house, that way power would still go to it. And we're going to set this up right over here. Alright, a couple of different ways you can go with rotary craft. I personally prefer using the magnetostatic engines, simply because they're a little more convenient when you've already got RF power. So throw down my dimensional transceiver and put down my magnetostatic engine. I think it's magnetostatic engine. Now, the next thing, what we're wanting to do is we're wanting to run the grinder. And the grinder requires 4 kilowatts and 128 newton meters of torque. However, since we're only upgraded to level 1 on this so far, we don't have the torque that we need. So what we have to do is we have to reduce the speed and increase the torque. And the way we're going to do that is by changing the gear ratio. And we're going to do that with this steel 8-to-1 gearbox. Now, these require lubricant, so that gets it a little interesting. There's a few different ways you can go about getting the lubricant ground up, because that's pretty much what you have to do. Is you have to take canola seeds, grind those up to make the lubricant. Now, I've already done this, but kind of worked ahead a little bit on it, but I'm going to show you what to do. So we're going to take that up for now. And we're going to take this. It's an industrial coil. And we're going to put that down. And what that does is this basically acts like a spring. And so you're going to turn this motor on and put energy into this spring. And then you can take your grinder, and I'm actually going to put it there so we can put this in the middle and see what we're actually producing. Now, like I said, I have got to find where all that stuff is spawning and light it up or kill everything or do something. Okay, like I said, this requires 4 kilowatts and 128 newton meters. So what we'll do is we'll take this, cut it all the way up. Now you can see this isn't moving. You can take your angular transducer and right click on it. Now if you look down in the bottom left of the screen, you can see, get that up out of the way, you can see where the energy is increasing. And this will take quite a while. The maximum it'll hold is 720 megajoules. Right now it's just past 19. And if I figured it right, I think it'll take about 32 to 35 megajoules to make 1 bucket full of lubricant. But I'm going to go ahead and show you what it does. Now another cool thing is you can take this here switch, put one there and one there, and we'll see, that is set. Okay, it's set to ignore it. So that stops it. Now, what do we say this took? On the bottom end, we have to have a minimum of 128 newton meters. And we'll put the rest into speed. So we'll come down here, 128. And as you can see, the max speed we can do on this is 1024. And that's what that looks like. So, yep, that held. So now whenever I flip this switch, it's going to energize this. We'll see the readings here, and hopefully we'll see this take off. So we're going to take and I'll just throw 5 in. Well, we'll see if we've got enough to do 10. So flip that switch. This starts moving. You can see this went up, and you can see that we are doing the grinder. And what'll happen is it'll grind 1 seed at a time, and this bar over here will start filling up. And as you can see, it doesn't fill up a lot. It is fairly slow. And I'm not even sure if 10 will fill a bucket. Okay, and as you can see, apparently there's not a set specific amount that each canola seed is going to give, but because I saw everywhere from around 92 to 100 and something. But it does look like that 10 of those did give us a little more than a bucket. So you can just take your bucket, put it there, and it takes 1,000 ml buckets, puts it in there, and you're good to go. So what we have done this for is some of the rotary craft devices do require lubricant, especially until we can get to the point to where we're digging up bedrock. And once you get to the point where you're making some stuff out of bedrock, then you don't have to worry about lubricant, you don't have to worry about breakage or anything like that. And that's whenever rotary craft starts getting interesting, because personally I don't like building stuff that's just going to break. So now we're going to stick our little 8-to-1 gear in here. And one thing you'll notice whenever I place this is you get little lights that come up. Your green is your input, your red is your output. So, and you can right click on it with a little screwdriver here. And so you want your power coming in on the green, which that's what we have. We have this is our power going to this. So we want power back here and our output. Then on this, oh, I got that backwards now. That's our input and our output. And they're all like that. There are some that are adjustable, and we'll actually get into those a little later. But like I said, green goes in, red goes out. So one of the reasons that we've done this with the canola is because this machine takes lubricant, and it will use lubricant as it runs. I don't think it tells how much, and I mean most of them don't use a whole lot. The CVT, you have to put it in once and it'll run forever. Most of them that require it do require it as a consumable. So what we're going to do is we'll start this off first of all with the bucket we just made, and I've got a couple others just to kind of give us a little bit of a head start. So we got 3 buckets, and this will hold 24. So what I'm gonna do is hope that I have enough. Yeah. And I want to extract fluid and insert fluid. And I'm gonna take, I'll take a few. And I want to put some more canola seeds in there. So now what I'm going to do is flip the switch and cut this on. Now, and you can see here we've got enough speed and torque and all that stuff going on, and we're grinding it up. Now, it's not quite as fast as it was with, where'd my gear go? Oh, that's it. No? Okay, there it is. It's not quite as fast as it was with the industrial coil, but it does well. And you know, now we're using RF energy, and if you look here, Well, I thought this would say it was going down, but it doesn't look like it is right now. I don't know, like I said, I don't know how long it runs on that. It does run for a pretty good while. But another thing about this 8-to-1 is right here you'll see that it's in mode for torque. So if you pull out your screwdriver, now you saw earlier when you right click on it, it turns it. But if you will sneak right click, if you notice those gears go faster. Well, now when I right click on it, it's on speed. Still had gone down. And if you'll watch the monitor here, you can watch it change. So it goes from 64 rads to 4,000 rads. But the issue with that is your torque dropped because you're exchanging speed for torque and vice versa. So now you don't have enough torque to run your grinder. So just shift click, put it back in torque mode, and now we're making canola seeds. Or we're making lubricant out of canola seeds. But it doesn't look like it is pulling the lubricant out. I wonder if that has to be out the bottom. I didn't think it did. You know what? I'm going to let it run for a little bit while I work on something else. So let's see. I need my item conduit because we got to get back to that other thing we were doing. And I can just come off of it there. Hit it right across the floor. Okay. Now, back to what we were doing before. And what I want to do is flip this over to the in and out. And I want to insert, where'd my sugar cane go? Ah, there you are. Now I want to insert sugar cane. And then I'm going to extract sugar. And enable that. And we're going to pause here for a minute because I want to see what happens when this gets to 1,000. Because if that doesn't pull the lubricant out, we may need to move these pipes. Because I'm almost sure that these pipes will pull it. I'm just not sure exactly which side of it has to be on. So hold on just a minute. Okay, and apparently it's not going to pull it out from the top. So let's take this down. I just want to see. See if I can hit that just right. And I missed. I'm not sure why I can't pull it out, but for now, oh, we can't even, okay. We'll just use a bucket for now, and I'll figure out how to automate it next time and include that in a later video. But for now, we have this lubricated, and we're getting ready to bring in our sugar cane. So we've got on the insertion filter the sugar cane, our extraction filter for the sugar. Now I want to take, oh, what? Are you visiting? How did you get in here? And why are you not attacking me? Oh, well, no. Ah, I'll bet he spawned right there. Well, I'll close this up. And sorry, you're not invited. Okay. Oh, that's right. I actually want to get this chest. Let's see. Make sure I've got everything lined up. That on the bottom, that goes over there, you there, there, and the rest of that'll be fine. Turn it. And I gotta get rid of one more thing. I can stick you there. I just have to remember to come back and get it. What was that? Oh, it was those ingots. One thing I just happened to think about, for you power armor users, your power fist, do not use your power fist to break anything in rotary craft. I don't know if it's a glitch or if it's as intended, but I've made items disappear. So don't use the power fist. Make sure, I mean, you can use any pickaxe or anything like that and you'll be fine. Just don't use the power fist. And I want to check. Ha! There we go. Duh. Let's cut off the redstone signal. Okay, that's all I had to do. I guess we just can't bring it in from the top, or take it out of the top. But looks like it does work on the bottom. So now we have a way to keep this filled. All we got to do is once we start bringing sugarcane into this, we can stop the sugarcane coming in and put in some more canola seeds, and then that'll grind them up, send it under, and throw a block in the way. Send it over here. That way we've got a way to autofill that without having to worry about buckets and all that stuff. And I got no idea why I'm sitting here with a lava bucket. Anyways, next thing, let's take this here diamond box, and we're going to use this as a buffer in our manufacturing. And I'll show you what I'm talking about. So we're going to set this on the in and out. Now, we're making sugarcane downstairs, and we want to bring that up here. Then well, right here, we're turning the sugarcane into sugar. And I didn't want to open the box, I want to open this. And, you know, actually, I don't want to bring the sugarcane into this. I want to let it buffer downstairs. But once this grinds the sugarcane up into sugar, I do want to be able to bring that into this box, and I'll show you why in a little bit. So we're going to be making sugar, bring the sugarcane in, or bring the sugar in, and we want to be able to extract the sugar. Go back to insertion. We're going to be making the yeast downstairs, so we want to be able to bring that up here and also be able to extract it. We want to be able to bring the oak saplings up here from downstairs, and I'll go ahead and put in the sludge, and I think that's it. So we want to go ahead and add the saplings to extraction, and I guess, well, yeah, for now we'll go ahead and put those in there too. We won't need it until we're actually setting up our however we're going to smelt these into ethanol, but I mean, I can go ahead and put it on here for now. So go ahead and switch that, and I want to go ahead and throw you in there, and you, and you, and you. And evidently I didn't set the dirt to import down there. So, as you saw, they're gone. If I did this right, they will be downstairs in the machines. Now I want to put a block right there. Just a temporary thing so I can stand on it without having to listen to those engines running, or the jetpack. So, as you can see, well, we'll do that one first, because I bet, well, no, I did have the dirt. So why? That's weird. You brought in the sugar, but not the dirt. Well, that makes sense. I have to tell it to extract before it can go out. It's kind of like grounding the kids. If you're going to ground them, expect them to be in the house. Alright, so this should have dirt in it now. Okay, now this is full of dirt and full of sugar. And it will combine these two to make the yeast, which will combine with the oak sapling to make the sludge. And then sludge will go back upstairs. Now, the reason I use the buffer is because when this is making yeast, if I don't have that buffer upstairs, it's going to export the yeast, and it will try and come up here and import the yeast. If I don't have that buffer somewhere for it to store extra, this can get backed up. Because if this runs a little bit faster than this one, there's nowhere else for it to go. But the way this is set up, this is on import, the one upstairs is on import. So it'll fill the nearest one, and then if this machine's not ready to accept more yeast, then it will go up the line or down the line, wherever the next nearest import is for that item. So we'll reach over here, flip this switch, and we'll start producing yeast. And as you can see, it makes it, and then it goes away. Now we'll reach over here, flip this switch, and we're making sludge. And I bet I didn't put the sludge on the export. No, it's on the extraction. I'm gonna make sure I put that on the import upstairs. I may have missed that. Insertion. Oh, there's the sludge on the insert. Now see, you can, this is what I was talking about, the yeast. Because there's not room in the machine downstairs, so it's buffering in up here. But I can't figure out why the sludge isn't coming up here. Let's try redoing it. That's interesting. Hold on just a minute and I will see if I can get this figured out. Okay, well, looks like I figured it out. It was an easy fix, actually. The issue I've got is I've got extraction filter set on active without a signal. Well, the problem is I have a signal, because we have to have the signal to change this. So the easy fix is You just switch over here, tell it to extract, always active. And yeah, it's gone. So I can't put any more in there. I can, well, do I have any more? Yeah, I can just throw some more in there. And as you can see, it's leaving. So I think that pretty much covers all the steps on this. Now all I've got to do is come over here and I can take a stack of saplings and make sure that you are still extracting them. And that's why I'm not getting any sugarcane upstairs. Okay. And we'll take this, put you in there. Make sure that's off. So now what this will do is it'll run through one stack, I think. Actually, it's going to keep on running. So what I want to do, someone dig it out right there. I want to tell this I want to take that off the insert because I actually want to just put them in manually. And what that'll do is now any saplings that this gains, I guess it's already sent them upstairs. Oh wait, I need to put my little dirt block back in there. And I'm inside a tree again. Did I get it? Okay. So I should have saplings in here. And I don't. Where did my little saplings go? They are going somewhere. They're not going there. They're not going there. They're not going there. Oh, come on. Okay. Apparently I'm using them as fast as I'm producing them, which is actually a good thing. But anyways, looks like we've got this taken care of. Everything seems to be running. As long as we're getting sludge up here, that means everything's processing through. There's our sludge. And we're full here. So next step is to take that sludge and put some fire under it, and we've got our ethanol. So folks, I hope this was helpful to you, and if this did help you, please click like and help me out a little bit, get the word out. And if you'd like to be notified when I make another upload, please subscribe and make your settings so it does let you know. But most of all, just enjoy the game, take care, and God bless. Have a good one.